Hello, my beautiful peeps out there. How are you guys doing on this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Thursday? Today is June the 1st, 2023. How are you guys doing today? I really don't have a topic today. The topic that I do want to talk to you guys about. I feel like this topic is very, very important, and I feel like every family member needs to have this discussion. But I'm going to leave that topic up next Thursday because today I really didn't want to come on live today. My energy is a little off and I feel like, tired or whatever. But I decided to come on today, to try to, uplift somebody out there today that's, going through something. So this is going to be a short podcast today. Also to all the graduates out there, I think Gulfport High was the last school to graduate. I'm not sure, but congratulations to all of you graduates out there. And also to, enjoy your life. You're getting ready to start a new chapter in your life. For some of you guys out there that are going to college, just relax. Don't put so much pressure on you, when you go to college or whatever. Enjoy your college days, because that's the best memories. Also too, my grandbaby had her little award ceremony today, and these schools are so, it was only allowed the mother and the father to attend, which that's sad. I want to see my little baby get her award, but it's okay. Her mother sent me some pictures, so I'm going to upload those pictures of my grandbaby. She will be going to the first grade. Congratulations to the ones out there that have kids that's going to the first grade. They start a new chapter in their life. That's beautiful to start a new chapter in your life. But I just want to talk about life. I want people to really enjoy your life. We have to break that curse of people telling you how to live your life, what you should do in your life. I feel like, to make your life better, you have to live your life for yourself. But the main key is you have to be true to yourself. Regardless of what situation that you find yourself in, you got to stop lying to yourself. You got to stop putting up that fantasy world of thinking that, you're dealing with a situation and you're thinking that you got it, and all along you don't got it. Be true to yourself. It's nothing wrong with, if you fall off and you have to start all over again. That's what life is about. Life is about starting all over again, so don't beat yourself up. If you have to start all over again, you might have bumped your head, you might have went through a situation that you find yourself going back to that situation. Don't beat yourself up. But the biggest key is that you have to be true to yourself. You can't keep going through life, boosting yourself up, thinking that you got it when you really don't have it. Sometimes, we don't want to be true to ourselves because sometimes we don't want to feel the pain, or we don't want to feel like, we made a mistake or anything. But you got to be true to yourself. You really do. You have to really, really get deep into yourself and, reflect on yourself and deal with the issues that you have, because a lot of times people are finding themselves getting caught up dealing with other people's issues and they forgetting about their own issues. So you got to start being true to yourself, and you got to start living your life the way you want to live your life. Nobody should tell us how to live our life. Nobody. Because for one thing, nobody is walking in your shoes. Only you walking in your shoes. And it's about making yourself happy. We have to realize that the things that we do in our life and bring sadness to our life, we're doing it to ourselves. Only you can change those things in your life to make your life happy. And a lot of times, I preach about, having peace. peace for me doesn't mean that everything in my life is so freaking gravy. That doesn't mean that, that's peace. Peace for me is having some calmness in my life, because you're going to have things that's going to happen in your life. You're going to have ups and downs in your life, but you got to have peace in yourself to learn how to deal with those things, that whatever God has, coming towards you, you got to learn how to deal with those things. You have to bring peace to yourself in the inside. Because a lot of times people feel like when people say they want peace in their life, they think they want just calmness. Nothing is going to happen in their life. That's not true. We all going to go through hard times in our life. We are going to go through hard times in our life. But it's how you deal with those hard times in your life, and don't be afraid to express the things that you're feeling inside. If you're going through a situation with someone and you need to express those things, like if that person hurts your feelings, or that person, you're kind of confused about, what that person is thinking, don't be afraid to tell that person how you feel, because you got to stop thinking that that person knows how you feel. We have to change our mindset. We have to stop assuming that people know, what we're thinking and what we're feeling. That's where we're getting lost at in life, that we keep assuming that people should automatically know how we feel. No, it doesn't work like that in life. It don't. You need to stop going through life assuming and thinking that people know what you're thinking and what you're feeling. They don't know. You got to learn how to, and you got to practice of getting those things out, express how you feel. And once you express how you feel, be done with that, and sometimes, God will bring things in our life, to make us really, really understand what life is really about. We have to change our mind thinking. We have to bring in more positive thoughts. We got to stop allowing the negative thoughts to take control of our lives, and that's my biggest key that I am just so focusing on, is that whatever situation that I find myself in, I'm going to make sure that I train my mind to put positive thoughts in my mind, because I'm tired of living my life with negative thoughts, negative thinking, just react on things, just like, assume that that person feel that way, or assume that that person think that way. I'm not living my life like that anymore, because, I have been hurt, I have been disappointed, because a lot of times we find ourselves putting ourselves into people. We find ourselves pleasing people, and that's draining. That's very, very draining. That is so draining to, keep pleasing people. It is, because you don't realize you're losing yourself. You're losing yourself. Everybody is dealing with so much in their lives. A lot of people don't know what direction to take in their life. A lot of people need help. A lot of people need people that they can talk to, and I feel like that is the biggest thing, that people need to learn how to talk about the things that they're dealing with inside, and stop holding those things in, and stop thinking that people are going to judge you. We have to stop that. Regardless, if somebody judge you, so what? So what? Trust me, that person that's judging you, they don't have their shit together. They don't, and a lot of people don't have their shit together. A lot of people are dealing with issues and insecurity. People will portray in this world like they do have their shit together, but behind closed doors, they don't, but only you can make that change in your life. Only you You know, and that's the big part that I am learning, is to enjoy my life, you know, to live my life the way I want to live my life. You know, I'm not going to go by how somebody expect me to live my life. I'm not doing that anymore. That doesn't work anymore for me. All that does is bring in more negative thoughts, more pressure to me, you know, more anxiety to me. You know, I don't want to live like that anymore. You know, there's so much stuff that's going on in the world that's bringing stress to us. I don't want more stress coming to me from other people. I don't. And another thing, people got to learn how to protect their energy. You can't not allow people to interrupt your energy. You know, you can't do that. You can't, you know, because you will find yourself allowing people to click you on and off. You have to teach yourself more more positive, you know, things. You're going to have to, you know, pump yourself up, you know, tell yourself you're beautiful. Tell yourself you got it. You know, you have to talk to yourself. You have to, you know, you have to practice of teaching yourself to keep that positive thoughts in your mind. I'm going to read, hello, my beautiful Melissa. This is true. Our thoughts create our reality. And that is so true, Melissa. That is so true. You know, it's so true. But sometimes people don't realize that. People don't. You know, a lot of us are living in fake lives. A lot of us don't want to face the truth. You know, you got to live in your truth. You know, you got to live in your truth. You know, you got to stand by your word. You have to. You know, it's time for us to be happy. You know, you got to change things in your life. You know, some people are not meant to continue to be in your life. And I know sometimes it's hard to let go, but we have to learn how to let go of those negative people that's in our lives. We have to let go of that, you know. But I'm just going to read two things. Sometimes you just need to slow down. You do. You have to slow down. You have to have a moment. You have to slow your body down. You have to remain calm and simple, let life happen. A lot of times people don't want to be calm. You have to learn how to calm yourself. You do. You have to practice on that. It doesn't work overnight, you know, because sometimes when you get yourself so routed up, you're not focusing on your life like you need to be focused, because you're not teaching yourself how to be calm and just let life flow. You know, let life flow, because you got to remember, God already have our life in place. He does. You know, he just want us to learn how to make ourselves happy in our life. You know, you got to make yourself happy in your life, and you got to take care of yourself. You have to. You have to take care of your health. You know, you have to take care of your skin. You know, you have to take care of yourself. You know, you got to stop abusing yourself. And that's all the way around. We have to stop doing that. You know, we do. Take a deep breath and focus on the simple, important things. A lot of times people are forgetting about focusing on the simple things in your life. Let me read a question. And this is my spiritual friend, Melissa, my homegirl, that, you know, I talked about last Thursday, that she's my spiritual homegirl. You know, me and her, we always try to put more positive thoughts in our mind. And she helps me out so much, you know, because she's teaching herself how to, you know, keep positive thoughts in your mind. And she's teaching me how to, sometimes you have to recharge your energy back up. So I'm going to read what she said. I am learning that I am sometimes, no matter how positive you try to be to some people, they continue day to day to have more let's see. Have more change, so go dance to live, them live. So you're going, and some just don't. Yes, that is so true. Some people don't want to change. Some people are comfortable how their lives are. It's okay. If they don't want to change, you cannot change people. You cannot. You have to respect how people are truly are. And a lot of times we find ourselves trying to always save people. We have to stop saving people. We're losing ourselves because you're so focusing on them and you're forgetting about your wants, your needs. You know, people don't want to change. You know, people don't want to grow. People is comfortable where they're at. And it's okay. It's okay to be comfortable where you're at. You know, but you got to start living your life in a positive way. And the biggest key is that you got to change those thoughts that's coming in your mind. You have to. Because those negative thoughts, it will take control. It will make you take one little situation to be a whole big situation. You have to. You know, that is the biggest thing that I am learning. And it's going to take time because through my life, I always let the negative thoughts take control of my life. You know, so it takes practice to change your mindset. It takes practice. And then another thing, don't be afraid to tell a person, you know, if you're in a relationship with a person, don't be afraid to tell that person the things that you want. You know, don't assume that that person knows what you want. Don't keep going through your relationship assuming that that person knows exactly what you want. You tell that person what you want. If that person is not trying to make a difference, then you have to ask yourself, are you going to continue to be in that situation, in that relationship? You know, is this relationship, is I'm going to grow, is I'm going to be happy? You know, because nobody deserves to be in no type of relationship miserable and unhappy. Nobody shouldn't be in no type of relationship, or anybody. You don't even have to be in a relationship. Nobody should tell you how to live your life. You know exactly how you want to live your life. So live your life that way. You know, don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Don't be afraid. You'll be surprised how much fun you will have when you step out of your comfort zone. Live your life. You know, enjoy yourself. And another thing, stop entertaining negative energy. Stop it. We find ourselves always entertaining negative energy. We have to learn how to stop that. You know, I don't want to do the negativity, and I don't do the negativity. I don't. If I go anywhere and I feel that the energy is off, you know, I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave because I don't want to be surrounded by anybody that has that negative energy. I don't want that. It's too much shit going around in the world for me to allow myself to be around negative energy. It's too much, you know, because you never know where you at, that anything can happen. You know, you can lose your life or anything. Don't surround yourself around negative energy. Don't do that. You know, you're going to have to learn how to remove yourself around negative energy. You have to. That's why I am so glad that I'm at a point that I can feel people's energy real deep. I can. And if I feel that their energy is not good, I am going to remove myself. And especially if I have someone close to me or a close friend, and I feel like their energy is not good, you know, I'm going to say, hey, you know, your energy is a little off. Your energy is not feeling too, you know, it's not too good, you know. So it's better for us to, you know, you got to protect your energy, you know, and it's nothing wrong with you, you know, removing yourself around negative energy, you know. Stop putting yourself in negative energy space. You know, remove yourself from that because it has a lot of negative energy out there. You know, they have a lot of people that you feel like they 100, but all alone, they're not. You know, a lot of people that you might have been friends with for a long time, people are, you know, it's turning on their friends. You know, family members are turning on each other. There's so much evil going on in the world. You have to protect your energy. You have to. That's why I always burn my sage. And when I feel that my energy is like a little off, I have to reset. You know, I have to take a moment. I have to reset. You know, I'll go in my Marley room, have my quiet moment, burn my sage, listen to my music. I have to, you know, reconnect my energy back, you know, because I'm real big about, you know, positive energy. I'm real big about that. So you have to, you know, get your energy back, you know, and it's never too late to start all over. You know, it's never too late to refresh and start over again. It's never too late. What else I wanted to say, guys? You know, because it's a lot of stuff going on. You know, like it's crazy how, you know, I don't talk about politics, you know, or anything like that, but it's crazy how people are trying to make laws or telling people how to live their lives. It is so crazy. You know, it is so crazy. You know, I understand that a lot of people, you know, don't understand when, you know, about gays, you know, about girls liking girls, guys liking guys. I know it's a lot of, you know, people don't understand that. They don't get that because we always taught that, you know, it's always supposed to be a man and a woman. We always taught that. But, you know, you can't tell nobody who to love. You can't. You know, that's not fair. You know, that's their life. They have to deal with that. You know, you shouldn't have no laws, you know, telling people who they should love and who they shouldn't love. This life is crazy. That's why I tell people, live your life. You know, live your life. You know, if you find yourself attracted to the same, you know, sex, hey, that's your life. That's what you love to do. That's your life. People got to respect people's life. You cannot tell people how to live their life. You can't. You cannot. You know, and it's getting crazy and crazy. After a while, you know, they're going to have a law that, you know, everybody got to be married. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy how this world is turning to that the government is trying to determine how we should live our lives. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. That right there is crazy to me. You know, you got to have an open mind. You know, you have to have an open mind, you know, and you have to talk to your kids. You have to explain to your kids, you know, that the world is changing. You know, when we was coming up, you know, they used to have gays when we was coming up. It just wasn't talked about. It wasn't, you know, put out there like it is now. You know, now it's out there. You know, you have to talk to your kids about it, you know, because your kids is going to see things. You know, your kids going to see two women kissing. You know, they're going to wonder what's, you know, you got to talk to your kids. You just have to talk to your kids. You can't keep your kids blindsided. Not how this world is going today. You cannot. You cannot. You're going to have to talk to your kids little. You know, you're going to have to teach your kids how to be comfortable in their skin, you know, because a lot of these kids are so afraid to be their self because their parents have them on this high pedestal, you know, and they have to be this certain way, but you got to allow your kids to be their self. You got to allow your kids to open up to you, you know, and you got to have a relationship with your kids. You have to. And kids, you got to have a relationship with your parents. You know, you got to fall on somebody that you can trust, that you can talk to, that you can release the things that you're dealing with inside, because this life is getting harder and harder and harder. You know, each year it's getting harder and harder, you know, but you got to bring more happiness in your life. You got to bring in more love in your life because we're losing love. And you got to bring more affection in your life. You got to hug on your kids. You got to show your kids what love is about. You know, we're losing that. You know, a lot of people don't want to focus on love. You know, love is a beautiful thing. It's very beautiful, you know, and it's beautiful to be loved. You know, everybody needs love. Everybody needs that hug. Everybody needs to be kissed on. Everybody needs to feel love. You know, we need love in our lives, you know. So you have to bring in more love in your life. You have to bring in more happiness in your life. And make sure you appreciate the little things in your life. Appreciate those little things in your life, you know, because I know I do. You know, I don't do the club scene like I used to back in the days or whatever. I don't do the club scenes, you know, like that. I have a little spot that I love to go to, you know. I am out of my comfort zone, you know, but I go there to just release the stress, you know, having a day at work, you know, I deal with patients, you know, just to release it, to be out of my comfort zone, you know, and just sit there, listen to good music and just relax, you know, and just enjoy the moment and just meet different people. You know, I don't go places where, you know, I have to, you know, feel uncomfortable, you know, because I can't do the crowd like I used to. You know, I'm too paranoid on that because you just don't know, especially this young generation. I can't be around, you know, too many of these young generation because they don't care about life. They really don't. You know, they really don't care about life. They really don't know what life really means, you know. They're searching to find their self, you know. They are. I'm burning my sage. They are, you know, this generation is really, really searching. They searching, you know, and it's sad, you know, it's sad. It's so sad to see so many young, you know, black men that, you know, they just don't care about life. You know, they're killing each other, you know, over senseless stuff, you know, and they got these, you know, young women, all they looking at is, you know, the things that they can get, you know, the materialistic things, you know. It's more about, you know, life is more, you know, it's more than just those materialistic things. So, you know, I hope this young generation get it together because Lord knows when I get into my 60s, you know, these kids, this world is going to be totally different, y'all. This world is going to be totally different because it's like that now, you know. Everybody wants to be like something, like somebody, you know, and it's crazy that this young generation can't be their self, you know, because if you pay attention to this young generation, everybody looks the same. If you really pay attention, everybody's doing the same thing, you know, but, you know, they're going to learn eventually, you know, they'll get it, you know. We was naive when we was in our 20s, you know. We didn't have, you know, social media like they have now, you know. Our life, you know, was totally different coming up, you know. We was more coming up all this, you know, living like, you know, the simple things in life, you know. But we just got to pray, you know. You just got to pray, get on your knees and ask God to guide you, to help you, you know. Focus on your weakness, you know. Everybody got weakness. You know, focus on your weakness, you know, go ahead, you know, go head on your weakness, you know, and the biggest key about learning about yourself, you got to be true to yourself. You got to stop lying to yourself. You got to stop lying to yourself and you got to be true to yourself. You know, it's okay if you in a situation and you find yourself, you know, being stupid in that situation. It's okay. Everybody been stupid once in their life. Everybody been stupid, you know, but you got to learn from that. You know, it's a lesson. You know, you got to teach yourself. You can't keep doing the same old stupid mistakes when you know the rights from wrong. You have to, you know, and especially if you're in a age group from 45 on up, you know, and I would say especially if you're going into your 50s, you know, it's time for you to really be true to yourself and stop, you know, what the word I want to say? stop being afraid to face, something that you find weak of. Don't be afraid of that, Take your time, you got to ask yourself, why I'm weak when it comes to this situation. You got to find what makes you weak. You have to look into yourself and find your weakness, because we all deal with weakness. We do. We all deal with weakness. But you got to be true to yourself. You got to be true to yourself. You got to take time, Don't beat yourself up. All of us make mistakes, but you just got to learn from your mistakes. You can always start over again. You can always start over again. But I want you guys to enjoy your weekend. Just reflect on your life. Take yourself away from your situation for a moment. Have a quiet moment. Bring in positive thoughts in your mind. Look at that situation, whatever you're going through. Try to bring out some positive thoughts to that. Try to, and don't be afraid to express how you feel. And you have to learn how, when you get ready to vent to a person, tell that person, I just want to vent. I don't need any opinions. You got to tell people what you expect from another person, because a lot of times people get their feelings hurt, or people get upset when they vent to people and people give them their feedback. They get upset, because they feel like, oh, I didn't ask for your feedback. But you got to understand, you have to talk to that person. You have to tell the person, I just need you to listen. I don't need no feedback. I don't need no opinions. I just need you to listen. I just need to get it out. I need to vent. Because everybody needs to vent the things that they're dealing with inside. Everybody is dealing with bull crap. They need to get it out. You got to get it out. That's the only way you can heal. You have to come to a place in your life that you have to heal. You can't keep bringing up your past or bringing up situations that hurt you. You can't keep bringing it back in your life. You have to learn how to heal from it and move on. You got to vent it out. You have to. And that's my biggest thing, is that I'm healing. I'm in a process of healing myself. And I don't beat myself up if I make a mistake and I go back. I don't beat myself up, because I'm healing from that. Some things are hard to let go. Some things are so hard to let go. But as long as you be true to yourself and stand up to your truth, and speak how you feel, you're making a big difference. You're healing yourself. A lot of times we don't want to heal ourselves. We think we're healing ourselves, but we're not healing ourselves. You have to heal from all the trauma that you're dealing with in your life, and you got to learn how to deal with the triggers. Everybody have triggers that, that triggers them, to bring them back to different traumas in their life. You got to learn how to deal with your triggers. You have to. You have to, because some things, you can get triggered by, and it will just put you back in that little funk, you got to learn how to protect that. You can't let people continue hitting those buttons to make you trigger, to go back into that negative moment. Because that's when that starts bringing in negative thoughts in your mind. But for the ones out there that have lost someone this week, lost someone, a couple months ago, whatever you do, don't stay there in that sad moments. Talk about your loved ones. Post pictures of your loved ones. Keep their memories alive, And my biggest thing is that if you feel like your life is so hard right now, your back is against the wall and you just don't know what direction to turn, get on your knees and pray to God. you know, and ask God to give you that guidance, you know, to help you, you know, figure out what you need to do. What are you doing wrong? Trust me, God would help you. He will. He will help you. But sometimes he wants you to remove some of those negative things that's going on in your life. He wants you to be removed from that. Because a lot of times if you find yourself around negative energy, it's hard for God to help you because you're so focusing on that negative energy. So try to remove yourself from around negative energy. Find yourself around positive people. Positive people will help you so much. You'd be surprised how much a positive person will help you through life. You know, so remove yourself around from the negative people, you know, and let God come in to show you, because a lot of times God do come in and he shows us, but we overlook those things. You know, we overlook that feeling that God brings to us and tell us that's not right. You know, that's a bad energy. Leave that bad energy alone. But we don't recognize that, you know. And my biggest thing is give someone a hug out there. Everybody needs a hug. And when you hug a person, make sure that you give a person a good, beautiful hug. You never know if that person needs that hug at that moment. And I love giving hugs. I do. You know, I talked to a family member last night, you know, and, you know, she was just explaining to me, you know, what she was going through, you know, at a moment in her life, you know, and I just hugged her, you know, and she told me, Keisha, I really appreciate that hug. You know, I needed that hug. You just don't know how much I needed that. And sometimes that's all what it takes. It's just to give that person that hug, because you don't know what a person is going through. You don't know behind closed doors. You know, some people out there are fighting for their lives, and they just need that hug to hear that it's going to be okay. You know, so don't forget to give somebody a hug out there. You know, everybody needs a hug. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in. And like I say, next Thursday, the topic is going to be so good next Thursday. You know, I'm going to talk about, do you have your life in order? You know, because when that day comes, you know, we got to have our life in order. You know, so I'm going to talk about that next Thursday, because I feel like every family member needs to sit down and we need to talk about that, you know, because people don't talk about that. So that's going to be a good topic for next Thursday. But you guys continue having a beautiful day. I'll see you guys next Thursday. And also I want to do some shout outs. Happy birthday, Debbie T. Welcome to your 50. He made 50 today. Congratulations. Who else birthday is today? They have a lot of people birthday is today. So happy birthday to all you guys that's celebrating a birthday. To all the ones out there are celebrating an anniversary. Happy anniversary to you guys. That's basically about it, guys. But thank you guys for tuning in today. I hope that I touched somebody out there today. You know, don't forget, live your life the way you want to live your life. You don't owe anybody no explanation of how you live your life. All I ask you to do is be true to yourself. Own up to your truthness. Own up to it. Don't be afraid. Don't be embarrassed. You know, if you fall back and you got to start all over again, that's what life is about. God every time he wakes you up in the morning, he's giving you another chance at life. You know, so make the best of it. Enjoy your life. Appreciate the little things in your life. Love on your loved ones. And don't be afraid to express how you feel. You know, if you're feeling down today, don't be afraid to express that. If you need to cry, cry. It's always good to, you know, shed some tears. Get that that out, because every day, you know, it's not going to be all happy and jolly. It's not. Life don't work like that. You know, if you feel like your life is going to be always happy and jolly, you're living in a fantasy world, because it's not going to happen like that, you know. But you can have peace in your life. You can have peace in your life. But the biggest key, you got to remove yourself from negative people in your life. Surround yourself with positive people, because the more positive people you're surrounding yourself, the more you're going to have positive thoughts. And the more those positive people is going to keep uplifting you and showing you how to look at things in a different way. But thank you guys for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. See, I don't have any makeup on. I got my nails done. This is the first time I did a light color. But I like how she did my little butterflies this time. Yes. I have an L and a G. G is for my cousin Gussie. And L is for my mother. You know, I missed them. You know, especially, you know, Gussie, you know, I miss her so much. You know, especially when it's pretty days. And Lord knows, you know, my mom, I'm going to always miss my mom, you know. My mom is, you know, but, you know, I'm doing good. You know, I'm taking it one day at a time. One day at a time, you know, I'm keeping our memories alive. You know, my mom and dad and me is in the background, so they always going to be on my podcast, my mom and dad. You know, just think, I was a little girl back there, didn't know where my life was going to go, you know. Sometimes, you know, we don't know the direction that God has planned for us. We don't know the direction, you know. But I want all you guys to just enjoy your life. You know, live your life to the fullest. You know, when I say live your life to the fullest, is don't worry about what people think about you. Don't worry about that. People are going to always say things negative about you. It doesn't matter what they think. As long as you're true to yourself. You know, as long as you're a good person to yourself. You know, you got to be a good person. You got to have a good heart. You know, you got to have a good soul. You know, don't do evil for evil, you know, because that don't work. When you do evil for evil, evil's going to come back on you. You know, it might not happen right then and there, you know, but anything can, you know, happen to you. So don't do evil for evil. You know, they're going to get theirs. Trust me. You know, they're going to get theirs, you know. So just try to bring more love in your life, more happiness in your life. Give more hugs, give more kisses. You know, just appreciate your life and enjoy your life. You know, don't live in your life miserable. That's not how life's supposed to work. We're not supposed to be miserable in our life. You know, we have to figure out what's going to help. You know, you have to figure out how you know, what's going to help you make your life flow easy. And that's the biggest key. But I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But I'm giving all you guys a big, big hug out there. For the ones out there that needs a hug. And I'm going to burn my sage before I go. May God bring you happiness. May God uplift you today. And all of you guys out there are beautiful. You're beautiful. I don't care what nobody say. All of you guys have a beautiful heart. You know, some of you guys out there, you know, it takes a lot of practice to let go of that anger, you know, but you got to bring love in your heart, you know, because nobody needs to die with a broken heart, you know, a disappointed heart. You know, you want to go into the next life when God called you home. You want to make sure your heart is good. And you want to make sure your soul is beautiful. You know, you can't continue letting your soul and your heart hurt. You can't do that. You know, so just think about that. You know, just think about that. You know, because when God calls me to the next, you know, part of my life, I want to be happy. You know, I don't want to have any regrets. You know, I want to be like, okay, Keisha, your time is up. You did this. You enjoyed your life. You know, you went through the hard moments in your life, but you overcome those moments. You know, remember that you can overcome those hard moments in your life. You can. You just got to change your mindset and think positive. Peace and love. Bye-bye, guys. Have a beautiful, beautiful day.